Hello and welcome to the Hotkeys podcast. This is a show talking about everything pop culture and random in the world. My name is Mick, and with me, as always, are my lovely co-hosts here,
Landon Browning,
Wil Dobratz,
and David Parker.
Welcome to the show, guys. Today is 9/11.
Never forget.
2023.
never forget.
No, it's 2024.
How's your leg, Landon?
I've been taking painkillers every day.
Yeah, I can tell it's not affecting you at all.
No, my legs. I had hip surgery. I survived.
You freaking old man.
I am an old man. I went in bright and early. My surgery. I was supposed to be there at 7 a.m. for my surgery, which seemed very early. I got there. My dad and I got lost in the hospital, and then we finally found the place I was supposed to go.
Dude, that checks
They give
out.
weird.
You just keep telling me old man stories.
Yeah, we're both just a couple old men.
Yeah.
You know? And then it was pretty quick. Like I got back there, they like made me put on these compression socks, which I'm still wearing, and then they shaved part of my hip, and like the doctor wrote on it, so they didn't operate on the wrong hip.
He rode on your hip?
Yeah, he wrote on it. He wrote his he signed it.
Did he use a saddle or?
I said road, not
or
wrote.
Bareback or?
No, he writ on it. He writ on it.
He didn't ride your hip.
Yeah. No, he did not ride.
Are
my
you
hip.
sure? Were you out?
That'll happen. In
He
the
had to shave it first, though.
Yeah, that'll happen in the post-op visit. They test it.
Yeehaw!
But they even mentioned I already felt bad enough about
The cattle dog.
I already felt bad about having hip surgery at the ripe age of 26. And the nurse that was like prepping me, she was like, "Yeah, we don't see a lot of guys have this surgery, especially at this age. Like, you know, a lot more women have this hip surgery. You know, like after having like given birth to kids and stuff." I'm like, damn it! Like, why you
Did you
gotta
go, you don't
say
know how
that
many
to me?"
people I've given birth to lately?
Yeah, that's what I was like. I'm like, yeah, me too. Like, I'm like, how dare you assume? And then they put a couple heated blankets on me, which are like the best. Like when you get the heated blankets,
It's the best.
Oh man!
Oh
It's
my
the best
God.
thing in the
Those are
world.
great.
it's so cozy.
You're like waking up,
goes-
you're like still kind of in and out of it, and then you just get covered.
well, they
with
gave them to me
warm.
before. They gave them to me beforehand too.
Oh,
Like I had
dude.
one on where they were prepping me, and then she's like, "Do you want one more?" And I said, "Oh, yes, please." I said, "Yes, please."
It's early in the morning too, so
Yeah.
it's even better.
I was making dumb jokes all morning too, which they probably all hated. Like when she came in to like shave like the part of my hip, I was like, "Oh, I should have done this myself." I'm like, "Is this like a separate charge, like on the bill?"
Just add it to the old man stuff that we've been talking about.
Did they do the laugh where it's like, ha 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 ha?
She didn't. She actually like played it straight. She's like, "I don't actually know." And I'm like, "Oh."
Actually, yeah, that
Would you rather have a?
they could. That's probably a separate like
Tough crowd.
code,
Separate
like
billing.
like
Yeah,
code
maybe a
for
separate
billing.
code,
So
yeah.
That's going to be $5,000.
Yeah, your insurance did not cover that.
It was a nice razor. Okay.
Yeah,
Top of the line.
but she did tell me she's like, we prefer to do it ourselves in case like you cut yourself, like shaving it beforehand, like to lead to
did
complications.
you go? Oh, I definitely would have cut myself.
Yeah, I'm like, oh yeah, I definitely.
No, you should have been like, excuse me, I shave my legs all the time. How dare you assume this too?
Yeah, I'm leaving. I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna walk out of this hospital. And then they wheel you in, and it's always the best. Like, oh, I love surgery. Like they like flop you on the table, and they're hooking everything up. They're like, all right. They tell you after it started happening, they're like, all right, we're putting it in, but you can feel the burn in your arm because like when they put the anesthesia in, you
I
can feel
love
the
the
burn,
like the
burn of it.
spread of
Yeah,
the,
and then like the guy's looking at it, and he's like, it's gonna be any second now, and you're like, and then like as he's saying it, you're like, as he's saying it, like you start fading, you're like, oh, here we go. Like,
Okay, so did you do the counting trick?
I didn't know, dude. I would have maybe made it to like 2 after he told me. He's like,
Really?
yeah, he's like any second now, and I was like,
I think I made it to 30 or 40.
no way you made it to 30 or 40 after they
with the
put,
wisdom teeth. Yep.
after they put the.
Yep.
No, you're lying.
No, seriously.
No, there's no way you would.
I don't know what kind of like.
Did they tell you to start counting when you were
Yeah.
still in like the waiting room?
I
No,
think they
no.
told you to start counting
This
at
is
30.
okay. Nobody believes me, but that's fine.
Yeah, I don't believe.
They were like, start at 30.
They
You're
were
like,
kind of
30.
like looking at
I'm
me a
doing
little strange.
from the
They were
time-
looking at me a little strange when I was counting. They're like, "Wow."
like on the stool.
And I just like, I was like, it's like I was counting and I was like, oh, I'm doing pretty good. And then I wake up.
It's the best thing. And then you wake up, you're like, what happened? Where am I?
Yeah.
Or
Did
did
I
you
wake
wake up? Can you prove that you woke up?
No, you can't. I could be. on
Dude,
different- yeah.
Michael, a modern age philosopher,
Yeah.
Dude,
So
it's from all the movies that I love.
yeah.
like Inception.
Like Mrs. Doubtfire.
Oh,
Then I woke up and my hip hurt a little bit, but not that bad. And then I took like one painkiller, got 2 cups of apple juice because I insisted I wanted more. And I got some goldfish crackers. which was amazing.
Any pudding?
Nope, no pudding for me. Didn't request it. I didn't ask for any. I just wanted apple juice and crackers. And then my dad, they wheeled me out. Did the Richard Nixon.
You did?
No, I didn't.
I was gonna say.
I wanted to so bad.
I'm not a crock.
Yeah.
As like the person to the right of you is like almost dying. You're like, really, I survived hip surgery. Person's going into cardiac arrest on your right.
Yeah. Yeah. And then I went home and I watched a bunch of movies with my dad.
Nice.
that day.
Nice.
Which hospital did you go to?
It was the Providence. It was in the valley off like the Sullivan exit. So yeah.
Yeah.
It was a super. I was only out for like 45 minutes. Like the surgery was like super quick.
All I did
Oh
was
no,
kinda just
Landon.
shave the...
Landon, that was days.
What?
Yeah, dude, it's October.
Is it actually 2024?
It's October.
Finally back.
You're actually an old man now.
Oh no.
You just look in the reflection and
We,
it's actually like an old man face instead of the face you usually
You were gone for a little bit there, buddy.
Yeah.
Welcome back. We played your favorite song, and we finally woke you up.
What would my favorite song be? Froggy Fresh. Like
Probably,
Christmas.
yeah, one of those.
Beast mode. Just slowly rises.
It's almost been 2 weeks though since I had the surgery. So
Congratulations.
I'm down. I still have to wear the compression socks, which are like about ready.
What are they for?
It's just to like help your blood circulate. I think it's so you don't like form blood clots. Because I'm not moving my legs as much,
Gotcha.
which I am moving my legs pretty much as I would be normally. So, I don't
So
know why.
all they did for your hip was just kind of round off the ball in the socket.
Yes, and then they had to reattach. They had to repair the labrum. The labrum was torn, like the muscle.
Right,
So they did
okay.
that, and then they trimmed the ball part of the socket or the ball of the hip.
Did they show like what that would have looked like to you before you went into the
They
surgery?
showed them in the
or-
X-rays what it looked like, and then I have some like post-op pictures that don't make any sense to me of like what like they took photos of inside my hip when they were doing the surgery because it's like arthroscopic, so there's just two small incisions. Like I think one for the camera and then one for the whatever the instrument was.
Yeah,
So
that's kind of what my appendix surgery was like. Except I have three.
yeah,
I think one was for the camera, one for the instruments, and then the other one was just for fun. You know, they were
yeah,
just
they just
put
put
it.
another
Well,
one in it, yeah.
Like,
might as well.
we'll just stab them just for
that
fun.
was
Yeah.
that was to pull the appendix out, right? They didn't take anything out of me, so that they only needed two.
Yeah, I think the third one was for putting air into me, like blowing.
Oh yeah,
So I was probably like what I look like
it was
now.
crazy. I love when they wheel you into the operating room too, and there's just like so many people. You're like, oh,
Yeah, and they work on you like you're a piece of like machinery.
oh yeah.
Like
I was happy. Like so, I
give me
rolled
the crescent wrench.
Yeah. I guess the guy had like 12 surgeries lined up that day. And I was like number 2, which was perfect. You don't want to be the first one.
You don't want to be the last.
Do a little groggy. Still, and then you don't want to be the last one. He's just checked out.
Imagine doing it like, well, what do I got?
It's just time to go to work, man. I bet surgery. If you're like a doctor, I bet surgery day is like the funnest. Like,
Bree really
like
did
so much
enjoy
fun.
doing surgeries.
oh, I bet it was I bet it's a blast.
Most fun.
Yeah.
Thank you, Will.
Steady hands. Steady hands.
I don't think Landon got what I was trying to say.
He does not.
No.
What'd you say?
You said funnest. Funnest isn't a word. Most fun.
Oh, okay.
You're uninvited to the cruise.
Yeah.
So,
It's
We're gonna have
disinvited.
the most. Yeah, we're gonna have a
Dis-
funnest time on the cruise.
But yeah. So what? You said you've been watching a lot of movies. What's like your favorite movie?
well, since
that
we
you've
brought up
seen?
the cruise, we can.
Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna take over host for a minute.
It's been
Landon-
benched. It's been benched.
Landon, what's your favorite movie you've seen? Like one movie.
So
you
I
recommend me.
rewatched a lot of
It's
movies.
been a few weeks since we talked about it.
So I rewatched a few movies like with my dad. So we watched The Thing.
Yeah.
We watched
Which one?
The 1980.
The good one.
Yeah, the good one. I've never seen the 2011 or whatever year. I never watched that one.
Did you hear what happened with that one?
Yeah, all the VFX stuff.
They had all
Practical.
practical things, and then the studio was like, actually, we don't think it looks good. Slap a bunch of CGI over it,
That's really too bad.
and like you can see footage of the actual stuff, and it looks
Really good.
really like it would have held up way better over time than the CGI back then.
Always.
Crazy.
Just another story of a studio messing.
Yeah. Rewatched. Also rewatched Prisoners. Which man, is that movie good?
I need to watch it. Is it still on Netflix?
I can't remember where I think it was on Netflix. Yeah, that movie is like really, really good. That movie's so tense. Like I watched
That
Office.
was like the prequel to the Batman. That's
Yeah.
how he became the Riddler.
Yeah. Watched Office Space, which that movie's pretty funny.
Office Space
The
is great.
blobs.
Yeah, that movie's what else? I've started watching Boardwalk Empire. I'm like on season 2 of that. Excellent show.
You're a Steve Buscemi guy.
I love Steve Buscemi. He's so
I
good.
love
I
Steve
guess-
Buscemi too.
I think I saw about half, maybe a little over half of the first season.
Oh, okay. Did you just dropped off?
Yeah, I was watching it with someone else, and then I
No.
kind of stopped hanging out. So
I'm sorry.
no, it was fine.
Oh.
It was you, Will.
I started like years ago. I watched the first 2 episodes and then stopped and then just got back into it. So it's so good. If you like historical gangster, because it's a lot of real life people, like Al Capone's in it and a bunch of other historically accurate stuff going on. So, and Steve Buscemi. So
It's a historical figure.
I think he's plays someone. I think his character is like based on a real
It is. Yeah, he
person.
is. Yeah.
So, but I just love that era. I love how everybody's dressed and just like the way like it's so like crazy. Like the stuff that's going on is just insane. Like
Yeah.
it's like what? Like how are people acting like this? Like
It's pretty nuts.
yeah, but it's like this like really dark, gritty world with like this like facade of like oh the boardwalk, like oh where are we going today, dear? Like, but it's like everybody's like murdering each other. Like,
Simpler times.
yeah. I surprisingly have not played many video games, to be honest. So
Yeah.
It's hard when your legs don't work.
I know. Well, for the first week, I had to for 6 hours a day.
That was so stupid, but it was so funny.
For 6 hours a day, I had to lay in this machine that would like move my leg up and down to like flex my hip.
So I think it was pretty much right after you had your surgery. I came over to pick
Did
up
you see the
something. And I
machine?
walked in and I just saw the machine. I was like, I don't want to know. I don't know what that thing is, but I don't want to know.
Yeah.
I don't know what Landon's been doing here by himself.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah. So I had to lay in that for 6 hours a day on the floor.
can I try it?
I already take it back. Yeah. So
When I get hip surgery,
yeah.
I'll try it.
So that was laying on the floor with like craned neck was not like a great angle for playing video games. So, but I restarted Disco Elysium today.
Oh, I've been thinking about that game lately.
Nice.
Yeah. Yep. So I restarted that. I've played some Fall Guys with everybody. And
Yeah.
then I also, actually, you know what? I have played some of the game with Aubrey. Aubrey has been very kind and spent like a ton of time with me.
Who's Aubrey?
My girlfriend.
Oh.
Aubrey. We talked about it on that. Were you not on the last episode?
Yeah, I was.
Oh, you just, for the listeners that didn't catch up on the last episode.
Yeah.
My girlfriend, Aubrey, she spent a ton of time with me lately. And we started playing through It Takes Two, like the co-op game, like split screen.
Oh, is that the like prison escape?
No, it's by the same people that made it, but it's about this like
What is that one that I'm thinking of?
A Way Out.
a way out.
Okay.
A Way Out is same. They made A Way Out first, and then now they made It Takes Two. And It Takes Two, I've heard is really, really good. I
so
also
much
bought
fun.
it, but I haven't started it yet.
Yeah, it's so much fun.
Is it a game that you have to play a co-op then?
Yeah.
Yes, you have to play it co-op split screen.
Oh, so couch co-op.
Yeah, couch co-op. I would say it's very much meant to be played with like a significant other. Like it's So if you're looking for a cute gaming thing to do with your girlfriend or boyfriend, like because you're playing as a couple that are like you're playing as a married couple that are like fighting and like they're thinking about getting divorced. Like, but like it's about them like trying to like fall back in love again. Basically, it's like their daughter's trying to get them to get along.
Is there multiple endings?
I don't.
One where you can completely divorce, one where you can.
I don't know. We haven't.
Yeah, did you get the dark ending? The bad ending?
Yeah, we haven't beaten it yet. But it's actually like the writing's really good and like the gameplay is like
Can I like jump online and play as the daughter?
no,
Try to sabotage you guys?
no. The daughter wants them to get back together.
Or does she?
So the daughter, basically, the gist of it is the daughter like is crying. She doesn't want her parents to get divorced, and she cries tears onto these two little dolls she has made. And then the parents somehow get like magically transported into the bodies of the dolls.
So you play as the dolls?
Yep, you're playing as the dolls. So like you're basically miniaturized, and you're going through different parts of the house. So there's like really
Little
fun,
Big Planet.
kind of or more like Honey I Shrunk the Kids kind of vibe. Like you're like
Do you get to
At
play in a
each-
bowl of Cheerios?
Each level is a new genre, right?
somewhat, yeah. So like it's different, like more platforming or puzzle. There's lots of puzzles. It's very puzzle heavy. But the game does a really good job of like the puzzles are like challenging enough that you feel rewarded when you figure them out, but they're never like too hard where you're like just stuck for like an excessive amount of time trying to figure a puzzle out, which I think is like perfect for keeping like the pace of the game going.
They don't want to make it too hard that you end up getting a
In a
real
fight,
divorce.
yeah, you get a real fight. Like so,
Stupid! I told
and it does do a really good job of like each character has like in each level has almost like a different gimmick. Like they introduce like new mechanics like each level that like are typically just level specific, so they don't really carry over. And each character has a different ability that you can't really use by yourself. It's like it's always used in hand to like help the other player. So you have to really work together to get through the puzzle. So it's not like one person can just like breeze through the level and the other person's just like following behind. Like it really does require like
they can't just float in a bubble behind you.
Yes. Yep. Yeah. So
that's cool.
Which is really fun. And then like in each level, there's typically like a spot where there's a competitive mini game that you can play against the person. So there can still be some fun.
Have you won every time?
I've kind of smoked Aubrey in most of them. We had one where we had to go to a best 2 out of 3. But all the other ones,
were you a little nervous?
I was a little bit, but then I came out and smoked during round 3. So it was,
Nope.
So I definitely haven't been rubbing it in that I've beaten her in all the mini
I can't imagine you doing that.
No, I've been very kind.
Woo! Yeah, that's right.
You beat your girlfriend often?
Whoa.
Answer the question.
No.
Yeah, only sometimes, not often.
Yeah, it's just sometimes. Only when I have to.
I don't like to brag about it.
Yeah, so that's been really
But best
fun.
2 out of 3.
So, yeah, that's all my recovery's been. So once I'm off the crutches, it'll be. I think I'm on the crutches for like 3 more. Or actually, I'm down to just 1 crutch. So, and then after Thursday,
You just use it in the middle?
I sit on it and hop around. What a dumb joke.
Will liked it.
I just got this mental image of like Landon on a pogo stick, basically.
Had it shoved up my butt.
Shoved up your butt.
Yeah,
It could work.
I don't think it could.
I could not, no. Flip it around.
Yeah. So it's actually the recovery. I thought I was gonna be going crazy. Like, and I thought the time was just gonna drag, but it'll be 2 weeks Wednesday, and it's honestly kind of flown by. And I haven't even
had the surgery yesterday.
You have not had the surgery yet.
Yeah, I'm just like sitting around in compressions. I've just been dragging.
You're still under, Landon.
Landon like looks in the mirror and his legs are just fully restored.
The only downside has been is that
Then he's like, I can play video games now.
Yeah.
I've had a weird complication that they say isn't super weird, but I cannot feel the top of my big toe about a quarter of the way up my foot. So from like I can't won't be able to tell from right here. Cannot feel.
You know that's like a leading sign of cancer, right?
You're gonna fall for that? Like, yeah, the hip surgery gave me cancer. Okay, like Will's out there on the deep 4chan pages, like
the dark web.
So they say that like can take up to 6 weeks to get back, but I don't know. My physical therapist just flat out told me, she's like, yeah, I don't know if it's gonna come back, and I'm like, what? And I'm like, why would you say that to me? Like,
is this like Dave's weird pinky thing?
I guess.
I bet she was trying to freak you out.
Why would they do that?
Yeah, why would they do that? Why would they do that?
Just if you give the person the worst case scenario, they're never disappointed. They're always.
That's not the news
excited.
I wanted to hear. That's not the news I wanted to hear. I'm like, hey, I still can't feel my toe
like
really.
The worst bedside manner. You're like, you're gonna die in a minute. That's the worst case scenario. So there you go. You're welcome.
60 seconds pass, you're just overjoyed.
Yeah, you would make a horrible doctor.
There's a reason I'm not a doctor, but
yeah. So I've been a little bummed at the lack of single player games I've played, but I've also just I've actually been kind of, I don't know, with doing all the workouts and like spending time with Aubrey, and then I've hung out with like my neighbor for a day, and like I've been actually out of the house most every day, like for like 4 or 5 days straight, going out and doing things. Like,
gotcha.
So I've almost felt like I haven't even had to play too many games. So
nice.
Especially for the first few days, I did not feel like playing anything. I just felt like
just watching
stuff. Like,
yeah,
especially with like having to lay in the machine for so long. So
I did watch something recently too that I kind of want to talk about.
Yeah.
And I also played. So really quick, I started Baldur's Gate 3. That was really fun.
Dang.
I've
been playing Baldur's Gate 3.
Just at the beginning of Act 1. And I'm trying there's this Dave, the part where I'm basically at the druids are like forcing the people out, so I'm still super early into the game. And I have to try to resolve that situation. But I have to go find this main druid that's like got lost or whatever.
Yeah.
He might be dead. So we'll see. We'll see if we can find him. But yeah.
What class are you playing?
Warlock.
Did you make a custom character, or are you playing as Will?
I did. Yes. I made a custom character.
Oh, okay. What companions do you have then so far?
I have Shadowheart, Asterion, Gale, and I just got the guy with the sword, the kind of fencer.
Will.
I don't know.
His name is Will. He's a warlock.
Okay.
Yeah. He's really cool actually.
Yeah.
The Blade of Frontiers.
The Blade of Frontiers. Yeah. So I just got him. I don't like Asterion that much. Every decision I make, Shadowheart and Gale approve, and Asterion disapproves.
It says he disapproves.
I think he's gonna either leave my party soon, or I'm gonna have to kick him out.
I think they're all well. The thing I like about how the party system works in Baldur's Gate 3, which Divinity didn't work this way, is you essentially had to lock in your party at the end of Act 1 of Divinity. In this game, they like stay at your camp, so you can swap out party members as you go.
Oh, nice.
So
I'll probably
you can
swap out.
permanently dismiss people if you'd like. I have not done that because like Astarion is a rogue, and there are certain situations where he works really well for things.
Okay.
But then there's other situations where like I'll leave him at camp and then I'll take the warlock with me because I feel like he's a better fit for, like
Gotcha.
like
Okay.
interacting with certain characters. But what I've liked is like a lot of the characters I didn't really like at first, but as like the story unfolds and you learn more about them, I really started to like pretty much all of the companions. So like I also felt that way about Astarion at the beginning. I was like, this guy's annoying. I don't want him in my party.
Yeah.
But the more I got to like interact with him, I was like, okay, I can
He's
see
growing on you a little bit.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
I'm glad you're
really
playing
like.
now.
Yeah, I like Gale and Shadowheart so far a lot. Both of them are really cool in their own ways.
I'm playing as Gale, and
Oh, you are.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's the wizard for reference. Landon and
Yes.
Michael.
You're a wizard.
I'm a wizard.
Oh,
This is a
yeah,
shooter,
there it is.
right?
It's the shooter.
Yeah, this is a horror game too. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the third-person cover-based shooter.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Yeah, with a lot of microtransactions and a lot of
Battle passes
No.
every
But
60 days.
It's a turn-based kind of Divinity style, which
It's a classic RPG. Is the
Yeah.
CRPG is I guess what they're called.
I have one complaint about the game so far, and it's not really a complaint.
I thought it started for computer RPG.
I guess it could also be computer RPG too.
I have one complaint about it really quick, and then I'll talk about the movie I watched. It's really hard to look at your surroundings like in an upward trajectory just because of the camera, and I would really like to see I like to see kind of the landscape sometimes of certain games. This is probably the most minor complaint I could ever have. But, I've also been playing Final Fantasy 16, which is inferior in pretty much every way, except the backgrounds are actually beautiful in Final Fantasy 16, and I just really enjoy looking at the world around. It almost like does something to the world building when I can look in the distance and see something cool, even if I can't even reach it.
I
Does
bet
that make
Final
sense?
Fantasy 16 has way more edge than Baldur's Gate 3 does.
Oh, it's an edge master.
Dude.
An edge lord?
Edge Lord. No, but even though the combat's fun in Final Fantasy 16, Baldur's Gate 3 just blows it out of the water. It's and I enjoy both games, but
I mean, they're very different. Like a Final Fantasy
they're so
game
different.
from, basically like video game version of D&D. So
yeah. So yeah, but I'm really enjoying it so far. I haven't failed too many important skill checks, I don't think. I think I've been pretty successful. I usually try to stick to the ones that I have the +5 bonus on because I have a +3 charisma and a +2 perception, I think.
even
just
when you
kinda-
fail checks, though, the story continues and interesting things can happen from failed checks. That's why I
good.
like and another game that does that really well is Disco Elysium. You get some
Yes.
really interesting things that happen from failed checks. That like that game is
When
not
you stumble off.
isn't the most fun if you're just constantly succeeding in everything. Like you're supposed to not be proficient in everything, and so you're expected to fail in some ways. And Disco Elysium handles that really well.
Yeah, I need to play that game again. I'm thinking of buying it for the PlayStation. It might actually get me to play it a bit more just because I kind of like the controller a bit more than I know I can just plug in the controller to the PC, but it'll probably run a little better on my
Are you
PS5.
playing
I don't know.
Baldur's Gate on the PC, or are you playing it on?
No, I'm playing on Baldur's Gate on PS5.
How is it?
It's really good. I don't have any issues with the controls so far. It feels like it's built for PS5 in some ways. And it's basically, from what I read, it's basically the PC version at ultra settings on the PS5. And I would probably be able to play the PC version on my PC at like average settings.
You could probably
or
play
middle
it.
settings.
I did mine like the recommended specs, and it set it to ultra. And my computer is older than yours is. So you could easily do
really?
ultra on the
Okay.
computer. Yeah, I don't
Okay.
like the controls of Divinity on the PS4, and that's what I played it on. It was like my least favorite part about the game, and I loved that game. So I was like, I have to play this on the computer, and to me it works way better with like a mouse and keyboard. It just fits that type of game better. I like For most isometric games, I like a mouse and keyboard better. But if I'm playing other types of, like a third-person shooter, I usually will prefer like a controller. Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever played Pillars of Eternity? Isn't it the same kind of game?
Yeah, it's
Isn't
similar.
that Larian?
Or Pathfinder. No, it's not Larian.
Okay.
What are some of the others? Yeah, I have like a number of those that are basically like saved on my like Steam work or my wish list.
Like Wasteland? Like there's Wasteland too, right?
Oh yeah,
like
Wasteland I've played. Wasteland's really fun. I played the second and the third game. And that's I mean it's like turn-based,
it's essentially old
RPG, old school RPG,
right?
but then that one is, kind of like post-apocalyptic. So, yeah, Wasteland's really cool.
Anybody play Starfield yet?
No,
I want to play it so
my
bad.
computer can't run it.
My computer also probably can't run it. But
it has some bonkers
Xbox.
settings.
My iPad can't run.
I've been too into the other games I've been playing lately that I actually forgot that Starfield came out. So I'll play it someday. I'll get to it.
Yeah. I mean, I'll
play it when it comes out on PlayStation, right?
You'll be waiting a while.
It's gonna come out.
Hey,
right?
when Microsoft buys Sony,
Spider-Man comes out on Microsoft.
Yeah, but I bought Dead Space, so I want to play that before October, because October 3 games come out in a week that I really want to play. Spider-Man 2, the new Mario, and then Alan Wake 2, all coming out just boom, boom, boom. 20th, 27th.
I'm so excited for Spider-Man 2.
It's going to be good. So, yeah, it's going to be October's crazy for video games, but I'm going to try to finish Final Fantasy, get as far as I can to Baldur's Gate, and finish Dead Space before October 27th. So,
although I heard some unfortunate news about Spider-Man 2. The new owners of the Chrysler Building did not give permission for it to be used in the game, so there will not be the Chrysler Building.
Imagine being like that.
Spider-Man 2.
Imagine being like that lame.
How important is the Chrysler Building?
That's the most important building.
Most important.
Oh, okay.
That's where Spider-Man broods and cries.
That's the building Uncle Ben jumps off of.
I don't
What? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Excited. I also watched The Graduate.
Oh,
and
Hello, darling.
I've never seen 5-second
Hello, Darkness.
Hello, Darkness, my old friend.
No.
Why'd you say
darkness.
darling?
Hello, darling, my old friend. Wow.
Isn't that where the line is?
You never heard that version?
This is Danger Zone 2.0. Is it?
Hello, darling.
How long did you?
So that was the movie.
You knew it was darkness. You knew it was darkness.
You have to.
Right?
Yeah.
He's lying. He didn't know.
I don't think
didn't
I
know,
believe you.
dude.
Like, be honest with us.
Go ahead. How was the movie?
Wow, even I know. I don't even know songs, man. Like,
I think I did know it was darkness. I think it was more of a not even a Freudian slip, but just
Oh, what?
hello, darling. Because I like the Disturbed version a lot. I mean, I like the original, but I like the Disturbed version. I know
the
it's
lyrics.
darkness.
Like,
Okay. Well, I watched.
Maybe
The
I was just
Graduate.
thinking about you, Will, and darling. So how's the movie?
Movie was. Oh, I loved it. Talk about how 5 seconds of an ending can completely change the movie.
oh, I've never seen the film. No spoiler.
I won't
It's
spoil
only
it.
been out for a couple
I won't
years.
go into too deep into it. I won't spoil it. But
Are
I
you
think
talking
Dave
about
will
like
agree
the
with
looks
me.
on their faces and?
Whoa.
Yes. Yeah.
Whoa, come on.
Whoa, they have faces.
Spoilers.
How that the ending goes longer than you think it would, and that completely changes the meaning of the film, in my opinion.
Was that a young Dustin Hoffman?
Yes.
Yes.
This is Dustin Hoffman's breakout role, right?
Yes, this is 1967, I believe.
67. Yep. And I really want
And
to
a
talk
young
about it more.
Tom Holland.
I really want to talk about it more because it's really interesting. But
Hello, darling.
oh my gosh. But I don't want to spoil it for Landon because I think Landon should watch the movie.
Should watch it.
Yeah, and you should watch it blind.
Where'd you stream it on?
I bought it for $4 on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
I rented it.
Wait till your legs heal, though,
Yeah.
before you.
That one.
Yeah.
I remember I had a friend who she watched it when she had a film class, and she was like in running start. She was older than me, so I was like 14 or 15. She was like, I was younger. She was like 17. She hated the movie. She cried after watching.
Well, of
it.
course she
Horrible.
did.
Yeah, I know. Wow, what a brutal.
This was a homeschool kid, you knew, right? Is
Yes,
that- okay.
yeah. Homeschool, very homeschool, very religious. Yeah. So
What are you saying, Dad?
You should watch the movie.
I've seen it. Hello, darling.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and the breakout song that has shared the title of the character, Mrs. Jackson, right? Michael.
Here's to you, Mrs. Jackson.
Like in New York City, I've been
Isn't the premise he's a college graduate that moves back home or like moves back to his hometown?
Yes.
Kind of like trying to figure out what to do.
Trying to figure out what to do with life. Pretty much.
It basically-
all
Are
he
you
wanted
trying
do.
to seduce me, Mrs. Robinson?
No.
It
Thought hadn't crossed
basically,
my mind.
it basically
I am
inspired
so
the
sorry.
song.
That's the most perverted thing I have ever said.
It basically inspired the song "Jesse's Mom."
Oh,
Jesse's mom has got it going on.
Well,
Darling.
Landon, you can watch the movie, and then we can talk more about it in detail.
Yes.
I don't have a lot of time.
What,
So.
what can I watch?
You can
The
also
Graduate.
watch the movie, and then we can all talk about it.
Thanks. Okay.
It sounds like-
$4 on YouTube?
I'm sure I'll like it.
I guess
It sounds
if
like a movie I would like.
if you're listening and want to watch along, watch The Graduate. It's a classic.
What year
One
did it
of
come
the
out?
very famous film, 1967.
67.
1967.
A year after Star Wars.
So, and we'll try to talk about it next week.
Dude,
Dave has had enough.
dude, stop.
Dave is
Misinformation is being spewed out of Michael's mouth.
He would never.
Guys, I got a great idea for a coffee book. And by that I meant a coffee table book. So you got a quiz for us, Dave, or something?
I also I also watched A League of Their Own for the first time.
Oh, is that with Tom Hanks?
Yeah.
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 There's no crying in baseball.
Yeah, Aubrey showed me that movie. I was very excited when he said that line. I'm like, oh, it's the line. I'm like, it's the line. It's the line.
Yeah, baseball.
yeah.
Tom.
yeah. I felt like it was a really good movie. It was a really good movie.
When you said that, my mind immediately went to the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. I was like, why would you be interested in that? I heard that movie's terrible.
Sean
That
Connery.
finished the career for Sean Connery.
Was that his last film?
Yeah. Went out with a bang. That was after he turned down a part in The Matrix and in Lord of the Rings.
Dang.
He went for that instead.
He swung,
Wow.
he swung for the fences.
Who is he gonna be in Lord of the Rings?
They wanted him for Gandalf.
Wow.
Yeah.
You strong
But he said
Imagine you get to, oh man, what a whiff.
Yeah.
What a whiff.
He said he didn't understand the part though. So
And who's he gonna be in?
Dude, you don't have to understand that part. Like,
the other one.
the architect, the guy in the like white suit that just spouts a bunch of exposition and confusing dialogue.
Is this in the second film?
I think
Yes.
so. Yeah.
Okay. I don't think the
Second
architect
or
was in the
third
first
movie.
film.
It's not the first movie.
No.
carefully. Yeah, you don't have to understand the role to take it. Like,
Yeah, you just have to. Isn't that
You just
part
have
of
to act,
acting?
yeah.
Just read the lines in a believable
famously,
way?
like the actor that plays like Stannis on like Game of Thrones, he's like, I don't know what's going on. like, he repeatedly, he's like, I have no idea. Like, which is like kind of a bummer because like he's like his acting is like really good. And the joke, he's like, I don't really like this. Like, I don't understand what's happening. Like,
The one true king.
yeah, dude, represent
Stannis Baratheon.
a just king.
All right, Dave, quiz us.
All right.
I wasn't done talking about my.
This is a quiz I actually made a really long time ago, and we have not done it on the show. We did it on a trivia night that we did a long time ago as well. But I had to adjust some of the things on here because some of the questions were outdated. And I'll explain more as we get there. But
Oh, is this the trivia night that I did Oscar trivia? I think, and we all like came up with our own questions.
yeah. This is a
Oh,
this.
yeah.
It was like right before I moved away.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, I remember that. That was a really fun night.
Yeah.
Could've, like,
So this is called the
worked
order of things. So I will list some things, and you guys need to put them in the right order. I think just for simplification's sake, since we're just doing it on a podcast, you guys can just work together and try to put it in order.
Teamwork.
Because there'll be four. There'll be four things for each question. So this first one is last time I did platinum records, and I changed it tonight to diamond records. So diamond records are 10 plus million units sold. There's actually not that many artists that have sold many diamond records because 10 million actually is kind of a lot. So I'm going to list 4 artists. I want you to tell me in order, starting from the most to the least, which artist had the most diamond records.
Oh, interesting.
And these are counted as like, so if someone sold a record and it sold 80 million copies, that's still just one diamond record, just for reference for you guys. So there is the Beatles, the Eagles, Garth
Isn't it just
Brooks,
Eagles?
and Michael Jackson.
Garth Brooks has got to be like number one, right? Like, it makes me sick, but like he's got to be number one, right?
So Beatles, Eagles, Garth Brooks, Michael Jackson.
Yep.
I'd say Eagles fourth.
I don't even know. I don't know music.
I'd say Eagles fourth, Michael Jackson third, Beatles second,
Garth Brooks.
Garth Brooks first. So sorry, totally did that in the wrong order, Dave. That you just
that's fine.
gave the directions. Garth Brooks, Beatles, Michael Jackson, Eagles. Is that sound about right, Michael? Or should we switch?
How many records did the Beatles put out? They didn't do that many, right?
They did. Was it 10 records or how many? No,
not
it was
telling
10
you.
years. But how many? Okay.
I just think Eagles. There's a lot of them, but I don't know how many are huge hits.
So sorry. The question is how many
Diamond records
they sold.
from most to least. So Garth Brooks is first.
I would probably put him first.
The GOAT.
Then
Beatles or Michael Jackson.
shoot, the GOAT.
That guy does crazy doing like when
Thunder roll.
but that guy like
And the
two.
lightning strike. Bam, bam,
That guy's nuts. He's also, I'm pretty sure, a serial killer. Like, there's evidence out there. I'm not kidding. Like, I'm pretty sure he's a serial killer.
Which star or country star is he married to?
I don't know.
Carrie Underwood.
No,
Dude, are you in?
it's Trisha. Is it Trisha Yearwood? Is that right?
Sounds right.
I don't know. Anyway,
That's the next
Garth
question.
Brooks,
I would go Garth Brooks, Beatles,
Michael Jackson,
Eagles.
I guess. I don't know.
All right.
Give it to us, Dave.
With 9 diamond records, it's Garth Brooks.
Okay.
With 6 diamond records, it's the Beatles.
Okay.
With 3 diamond records, it's the Eagles.
Dang it.
And with 2 diamond records, it's Michael Jackson.
Okay, hold on. Michael Jackson's It's Off the Wall and Thriller. Is that correct?
I have no idea.
Oh, okay.
I altered this question while we were recording, so I tried to just get info as quickly as possible.
Way to be present.
Hold on. I want to look it up really quick.
Okay. A platinum record is 1 million units sold. Do you guys know who had the most platinum records sold? And spoilers, it is not any of the people that we just talked about.
Nickelback.
This is just
probably-
off the top of your head.
Dolly Parton.
Is it Jay-Z?
It's Dolly Parton.
Do you have a guess, Will? Most platinum records sold?
Most platinum records sold.
Yep.
Or
Um,
I think it's Jay-Z I'm thinking about. Is he the one married to Beyonce?
yeah.
I think it's him.
It's Dolly Parton.
Oh gosh, I have no idea. It could be so many different people.
Think
Most
Memphis,
platinum?
Tennessee.
Oh,
Oh,
then I'm way off.
country.
Dolly.
Landon's right.
Dolly Parton, probably.
It's Elvis Presley. With, I think it's 30 platinum records.
Sinking ship. My goodness.
I don't know where Dolly Parton's from. I think she's from Kentucky. Is it Kentucky?
Where's she on the rank though? Where's she on the list?
I don't know.
Wow,
Okay.
Where's Dolly?
I feel so
Where's
stupid.
Dolly?
Okay. We're gonna test your knowledge with the density of metals. Speaking of diamond and platinum.
Easy.
All right. So this is just using their density for the atom. There's tungsten,
Density.
mercury, platinum, and lead. So just in order, least dense to most dense.
I
Tungsten,
think lead-
mercury, platinum, lead.
Lead is
even know
at
what
the
tungsten is.
bottom.
Tungsten is what my wedding band is made out of.
Don't
Sorry,
brag about it.
lead is towards the bottom. Mercury is probably towards the top
For most dense.
for most dense. Yeah, from least to most dense. So
Wait, no, we're going from
mercury
most, we're going
is
from
more dense.
You can
than
go
lead.
either direction. I don't care. Just tell me when you start telling me.
Because he said least to most. He changed it. For
Oh, he
this
changed
one.
it up on us.
He said
Okay.
least
The most-
to most.
Well,
Least
because that's how.
Is
Wow.
So bottom up, okay. Probably tungsten, lead, platinum, mercury. Is that what we're thinking? Because I know mercury's high on. Is it 60 something? Or crud, is platinum higher than?
Platinum.
I'm thinking of atomic numbers.
Well, remember, like, yeah, if you know the atomic numbers, then you'll know what's more
silver,
dense.
gold.
trophy.
Mercury, I want to
How many
say.
Mercury trophies do you guys have?
I want to say mercury's. I can't remember if mercury's in the 30s or in the hundreds. I know that's such a wide range, but
Of density?
yeah.
I
Well,
was
the atomic number represents how dense that element is.
Oh,
So
I
like,
didn't know that.
is hydrogen 1, oxygen 2? Is that correct, or something like that? Or hydrogen 1 is oxygen 4? I can't remember.
Theory will only get us so far.
Oh, what a great movie! I still think about that movie. Anyway, I don't know. I'm gonna say tungsten. I'm gonna say tungsten, lead, platinum, mercury.
Me too.
Yeah.
Least to the most.
Okay. Oh, well, the lightest is going to be tungsten at 183.84. So sorry, Will.
So-
Next is
No,
platinum.
No. We said least to most.
Oh, you
So
did?
tungsten.
So that's right. Yeah.
So yeah, tungsten, lead,
Platinum,
mercury is what we said.
Okay,
From
yeah.
least
So-
to
least to
most.
most.
So tungsten is
Tungsten
correct.
is least 183.84. Next is platinum, which is 195.
Got that one
That's
wrong.
what we
So
said.
doing good.
Point
Yeah.
zero
100%.
eight
Yeah, I
four.
got that one wrong.
Next is
We're good, we're good.
mercury, which is
Really?
200.59, and then the most dense on the list is lead at 207.2.
I didn't know lead was that.
Lead is
Was that dense?
Do you guys know what
Which is the most poisonous out of those?
probably mercury, but also lead. I don't know.
Let's find out.
Lead
Watch
and
the
mercury are
thermometers
probably
and
pretty
crack
close.
them.
Okay, bonus question. Do you guys know the lightest and the heaviest of the noble gases?
Hydrogen is the lightest gas.
No, the noble gases. Remember, noble gas is the far right of the periodic table.
Oh, that's right. That's
Hydrogen's
right.
on the
Oxygen
far
has to be the
left.
hot. Is no? There's what's two?
I have no idea.
What are you guys talking
I
about?
don't even know what's
Helium.
going on. I don't even
Helium.
know what's going
Helium.
on.
Helium is the lightest. That's correct.
I don't know the densest. The densest is on the bottom row.
Methane.
And all of those are really weird.
It is
Sulfur hexafluoride.
heaviest noble gas is radon.
Yeah, right on.
Landon
That's
could
what I
probably
said.
tell us about some radon gas.
Gosh, I was so bad at chemistry, but it was so interesting in some ways.
I love
Why would
chemistry.
why would you say that?
Why
about
would
me?
you? Why would you?
I think if I had to go
why
back
would
to
you do that?
college, I'd
Because
try
you're
to
a
be like
dense gas, Landon. That's
chemistry
why.
engineer.
Ha ha ha! Way to out me.
All right. Speaking of Mercury, we're going to talk about the U.S. space program. So, do you guys like space?
I love space,
Scares
but
me.
I like space.
All right. So, we're going to
I'm
talk
bad
about the
at space.
launch dates. Do you guys know some of the space program that the
I
U.S.
know
has had?
all of them.
Apollo 13.
So, there's Apollo, there's Mercury,
Tom Hanks.
there's Gemini,
flying in space.
Gemini, and Skylab. So, I want you to put in order.
What about the Lazarus missions?
I want you to put in order when these were launched. So Mercury,
Oh.
Apollo, Gemini, and Skylab.
I want to say Gemini was first, but I could also be stupid.
I know Apollo was in the 60s, right? Or 70s?
We landed on the
Will,
moon.
all of these are in the
We
60s and 70s, just so you know.
We landed on the moon.
I didn't
We
know.
landed on the moon in '69, right?
And the moon landing was an Apollo mission, correct?
Yes,
Yeah.
Apollo 11, I believe, right?
12 didn't get anywhere, right?
I don't know.
And then 13 had a slingshot around the moon.
I'm pretty sure Apollo 11 was when they landed.
Yeah, I'm
Like,
pretty
with
sure.
the
Yes.
first landing.
Why are you laughing?
This whole thing is funny. To me.
Why? This is fun.
I didn't say it wasn't fun.
Yeah, but like, I don't know.
I just think it's funny.
Okay. Laugh away.
I didn't know I could. I was getting looked at by you.
Okay. Anyway, I'm going to go Gemini, Apollo, Lazarus.
No, Lazarus was not.
Not even an option, man. Nick just was throwing shit out there, man. Like,
What is wrong with you, dude? Can you repeat the options?
What about the
Mercury,
endurance?
Apollo, Skylab, and Gemini.
Skylab is last.
yeah.
So remember your first or second grade science, or space.
Oh
stuff.
yeah, I got that in my back pocket. I'm ready to go.
I want to say Gemini would be first. I want to say Gemini.
Gemini, Apollo, Mercury. What's the last one again?
Skylab.
Skylab. Gemini, Apollo, Mercury, Skylab.
Yep, that's it.
All right. So
I mean, I can't imagine Apollo would be after Mercury.
No, but like, is there really?
So what were?
I feel like Apollo might be the second set, but
That's what.
yeah, that's what we said.
okay. So you said
Gemini,
Apollo.
Apollo, Mercury.
What was Mercury's purpose?
I don't know. Probably put like rovers and stuff or something. I don't know. Let's do that. Let's see what you said.
Okay.
all right.
Throw-
First,
What's wrong, Dick?
first is Mercury, which do you guys know the Mercury
got it.
7? Like,
100%.
you know, no,
What?
like the right stuff. You know, like they're the ones that did the very first space tests.
The Wright brothers.
No, the Mercury
That went to
7.
the moon.
No, what was it? Like John Shepard, Gus
Little
Grissom.
blade.
What is it? I almost said Alan Lazard. That's a football player. Scott Carpenter, Gordo Cooper, John Glenn, Gus Grissom, Wally Schirra, Alan Shepard,
Gordo.
and Deke Slayton. Mercury was first, so they were the ones that like started the whole space, the race for space in the U.S.
Okay.
Where's Sputnik?
Next is Gemini. So
Okay,
first
got that one.
first launch of Mercury was May 5th, 1961. Gemini was actually very close. That was December 7th, 1961. Gemini was kind of like an intermediate mission in between Mercury and Apollo, because Apollo is next, and Apollo was the moon, manned moon missions. So Apollo first launch was on October 11th, 1968, and then last was Skylab, which was first launch May 14th in 1973.
What was the last one? What was the purpose of the last one?
Skylab was like space lab. They did like studies in space.
And why
Like,
didn't they name it Space Lab?
Okay.
I don't know.
Would you guys ever go to space?
Heck yeah.
I've been.
I want to go to space to die.
I would go to
So when I'm
space.
80, when I'm
Would you guys go on a one-way mission to Mars?
If I could come back afterwards, yeah, then I would go. I would
Okay,
be the one woman.
bonus question. How many men have walked on the moon?
Oh shoot.
Including me? Or
Lance Armstrong.
No, you don't have to name them, Will.
Lance Armstrong?
That was after he lost one of his testicles.
I'm just joking. Neil Armstrong, Buzz Aldrin.
Before the doping.
I want to say 12.
That was a long bike
One
ride.
of the 13 went back. The one that got sick went back in Apollo 13. The one that got sick went back and landed on the moon on the next Apollo mission.
They all got
the
sick
next
from
two.
all their days on the photos on the shoot of the moon landing.
What?
They all got sick. On
Stop.
set.
Stop it.
The caterer, they all got food poisoning.
Because it was a hoax, Will. Because it didn't happen.
He came back for reshoots.
All right. Landon said 12. How many, Will?
Let's pick it up at 3, please. Remember, there's no gravity. There's no atmosphere. And action.
You know, Stanley Kubrick directed it, right?
He proved it with 2001.
Yeah.
What was your question, Dave?
How many men have walked on the moon?
I'm going to say 12.
14. Or 0.
Correct.
Yes.
Eight.
No way.
8. Final answer.
8. Okay. Landon is right on the money. It is 12 men have walked on the
Oh,
moon.
me too.
No women have yet walked on the moon.
We're going to change that.
All right. Space program in the U.S. in particular, really big in the 60s. Also big in the 60s were very famous assassinations.
And
There were some
LSD.
high-profile people that were assassinated. Do you guys know any of them or some of them?
Yeah.
I know.
JFK.
Martin Luther King Jr.
Okay, that's 2.
Robert Kennedy.
Robert Kennedy
Harvey Oswald, also assassinated.
by Mark Ruby. Mark Ruby. Jack Ruby.
Yeah. Wasn't
Another big civil rights
Robert Kennedy?
guy.
Robert Kennedy was also assassinated.
I said Robert Kennedy already.
Uh,
Richard Nixon's character was assassinated, but that was in the 70s.
Okay, so the other one I want you guys to rank is Malcolm X. So I have John F. Kennedy, Malcolm X,
Oh,
Martin
gotcha.
Luther King Jr., Robert Kennedy. So order of assassinations.
In terms of first to last,
was he assassinated?
He was attempted.
Just the date.
He died from some foot
Like when it happened.
Mm,
when it happened.
When it
okay,
happened.
I think crud. I know Robert was after JFK.
Yes.
That's all I know. Then I think Malcolm was before Martin, because I think Martin Luther's ideas gained more traction because he was around for longer, if I'm correct. Like they were also just more. It was a more popular philosophy in general, I think. But I think Martin Luther was around for longer. I think because I think it was 65 when Luther was assassinated.
I don't remember. I just know that Robert's probably
King
the
Jr.
last
was
one. I
assassinated.
think Robert's.
Robert's definitely the last one. Well, when was Kennedy assassinated?
64.
No, because I think we'd already landed on the moon. I think,
No.
hadn't we?
He was not around for the.
Was he not around for the moon landing?
Because King Jr. was 65 for a fact.
I think JFK was 63 or 4.
Okay, so I vote we go either. Oh crud! I really don't know when if Malcolm died before or after. I think it was before.
I was gonna say after.
You were gonna say after?
Yeah.
Okay, we could do JFK, King Jr., Malcolm, then Robert.
Say it again.
JFK, King Jr., Malcolm, Robert.
I thought earlier you were saying that Malcolm was killed before
First, like
Martin Luther King.
Well,
You said-
I really am not sure. I think that's what happened, but Michael said he was going to say after, so we can go with that.
Okay.
I'm really not confident.
First
I think I
assassinated.
remember being
Can I rank my own? Can I do my own? Can I do my own? Rank?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna say Malcolm, Martin Luther, JFK, Robert Kennedy. That's how I'm
Okay,
gonna
that was the most off.
Mine was my own.
Yes.
Nice.
Okay. First was John F. Kennedy.
Nice.
Okay.
This was November 27th, 1963.
Okay.
That's what we said.
Yeah.
Not you.
He was 46.
He was around for the moon landing.
He was 46.
After SpaceX.
What's King next?
Next
King
was Malcolm X
Dang it, I
in-
knew it.
in 1965.
Okay.
Next was Robert F. Kennedy
What?
on June 6th, 1968. Wait a
We
minute.
just missed the.
No. King
wait a
was
minute.
assassinated before 1968. King was 65.
No, King was 68 also. Okay, so
Wait, really?
Martin Luther King Jr., is
We're
third.
gonna have this up on Wikipedia.
He is April 4th, 1968, and then Robert F. Kennedy was June 6th, 1968. So it's John F. Kennedy,
thought it was 65.
Malcolm X, Martin Luther King Jr., Robert F. Kennedy.
I was pretty close.
So we
We
just
were
got the
close.
last two.
We got the middle two flipped
What?
because we said JFK, King, Malcolm,
Oh, I thought I
Robert.
said. I thought I said X, and
King flipped.
I thought didn't I say X was first?
Okay.
All right,
move
bonus
on.
question. Can you guys name at least
Probably
two
not.
of the assassins out of these four?
Well, I mean, do you want the official?
The comedian from the grassy knoll,
Lee Harvey
or Magneto. It depends on which one you look at.
Lee Harvey Oswald was one.
Lee Harvey Oswald
Allegedly, right?
Lee Harvey Oswald was
No,
the
just kidding.
scapegoat.
with a magic bullet.
Yeah.
The other easy
The
one
one
is
you have
Martin
on
Luther
your
King
counter.
Jr.'s assassin. So I mean, if you guys don't know, then I can say it. So Lee Harvey Oswald for JFK. Martin Luther King is James Earl Ray. Robert F. Kennedy is Saran Saran. And Malcolm X had 3 assassins, but they were actually exonerated.
It's a great name. That's a great name.
Really? You want?
But they were exonerated in
Marconi that?
2021. So I think I'm trying to I'm trying to see how I went from this question to the next one. Maybe because Martin Luther King Jr. was a reverend, but next I have books of the Bible in order. So I want, what is it? Zechariah, Zephaniah, Habakkuk, and Nahum. What's the order?
Oh, you went with the Old Testament ones nobody reads.
Well, yeah.
Gosh dang it.
1 John, 2 John, 3 John,
Third
Revelation.
John, Revelation.
I'd like to answer the question.
So sorry, Sam again.
Zechariah, Zephaniah, Habakkuk, and Nahum.
My boy Nahum.
The silence is deafening.
Oh boy. I know him. I just want to see what you guys have to say.
I think. Can you say them again?
Zechariah, Zephaniah, Habakkuk, and Nahum.
Zephaniah is the first one, I think. Oh, these are all like minor prophets. This sucks.
This sucks.
I think
You couldn't even like throw in like a Joshua, like
I want to
in
say
there for an easy one.
I
That's, like,
want
the
to
sixth
say
book of the Bible.
I don't know exactly, but I think Nahum comes right before Habakkuk. I'm pretty sure those two are right.
Yeah, I was gonna go.
I just like I used to have them all memorized, and I
second
feel like
Z-
it goes like Nahum and
Yeah,
Habakkuk,
the second
so-
Z I think is first.
Actually, all these books are within 5 books of each other.
Yes,
So-
I knew it.
I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure Nahum comes right before Habakkuk.
because Malachi is the last book of the Old Testament. I'm pretty
Oh,
sure.
okay, so
And it's like-
all of these are 5 together except for one book, which I didn't mention. So, just so you know,
I'm gonna make my. I'm gonna once again make my own guess. That's gonna probably be the worst.
the missing one is Haggai, by the way, if that helps.
Haggai's right before Zechariah.
It is.
Yeah.
This is like a logic puzzle. Like, okay, so if this goes here, then we know that this has to be before this
I'm
one.
gonna say Zephaniah, Zechariah, Nahum, Habakkuk.
That sounds right. That actually is ringing a bell.
It's probably wrong.
No, I'm serious. Zephaniah, Zechariah,
Nahum,
Nahum, Habakkuk.
Habakkuk.
That Habakkuk.
And then JFK.
But isn't Malcolm after?
That's my answer.
Let's just go with that.
Let's
All right,
go with that
some of
one,
the order
actually.
is correct, but the full order is not correct. So it's Nahum, Habakkuk, Zephaniah, Zechariah.
Basically correct.
So just switch the first two and the last two.
Habakkuk, Zephaniah, Haggai, Zechariah, and then Malachi. Yeah, so that's like this is close to the end of the Old Testament. Okay,
It is the end. Malachi's the last one.
bonus question. Can you name the shortest and the longest book in the Bible based off of verses?
Based off of verses, 3 John I think is the
Third
shortest.
John, shortest.
It's 2 John.
Longest.
Longest would be like Psalms.
Psalms.
Based off of verses.
Psalms is like 150
50 chapters, but I don't know about verses though.
You don't need to tell me the verses. I just need the books.
I'm saying Psalms for longest.
But didn't you say what did he say?
It's based off verse
Longest in terms of
count
verses.
rather than chapter count. Some of the Psalms are kind of short.
Yeah,
but
they're
there's-
like two.
But the book is still like super.
Yeah.
They're
but-
around, I think the shortest ones are around 10 or 15 verses, I think.
No, there's some that are like 2 verses.
Yeah, there's some.
Wait, really?
It's like Psalm like 117 is like the shortest. It's like 2 verses.
Hmm.
Because in Psalm
Okay.
119 is the longest, right?
Yeah, 119's
Yeah.
a big
Okay,
boy.
3rd John is the shortest.
Sometimes the easiest answer is the right one. I'm going Psalms. What else would be close to that one?
Habakkuk.
Yeah, let's just do that.
Yeah, Psalms.
All right. Shortest at 13 verses is 2nd John, not 3rd John. And longest at 2,461 verses is Psalms.
Well, you guys had shortest. I had, I had longest on lock, man.
If you want longest, always go to Landon.
All right. Speaking of,
JFK. There for the moon landing.
let's see.
Part of him was.
So the Bible, I guess, was written in many languages throughout time, including Greek. So Greek alphabet.
Dude, are you out of your mind?
I try to. Well, I didn't have notes as to why, like how one led to the other, so I cannot figure out why I
I
want.
think 3rd John has shorter verses. Just wanted to put that in there.
Wait, really?
I think so, yeah. I'm pretty sure the word count of 3rd John might be shorter than the word count of 2nd John.
But how many verses?
15 versus 13. So it's not super.
Oh, well, yes, but my
Yeah, but
my whole question was based
I
off
just
of
wanted
verses.
to say that it wasn't a bad guess is what
Dave,
I'm
No,
trying
no one
kill
said
you
it was a bad guess.
to Okay, go ahead. Anyway, Greek, yes.
Okay, Greek
Hebrew.
letters, they're kind of like in weird orders, at least for what we're used to in English. So
Alpha, beta.
there's theta, pi, zeta, and phi.
are you a Theta man?
Zeta just looks like a Z. Pi
I'm
looks
pi.
like the pi symbol. Phi looks like a circle with like a line through the middle. And then theta looks like a big circle with a small line in the middle. So just in alphabetical order, what are these?
Oh, gosh.
Dude, I don't know.
I'm actually completely lost. I know alpha and beta are the first two, and then omega is the last one. No, alpha is the first one, and omega is the last one. That's all I know. I don't think beta is the second one.
Beta is not second?
It might not be.
But it starts with a B.
Yeah.
All right, the order is zeta, theta, pi, and phi. I guess Greek letters are common around.
There's a character named Phi in the Zero Escape games.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's based on that Greek.
Yeah.
Greek.
Yeah, I think the
Sigma's
Greeks
also-
got it from the Zero Escape games.
Sigma's also a Greek letter.
Oh,
Greek
Well,
letters
you know.
very common around
that-
college campuses.
Will was talking.
No, anyway, I was going to spoil Zero Time Dilemma. But that's
Oh.
Wait, no.
Spoilers, it has the same ending as The Graduate. So
yeah. That extra 5 seconds at the end of Zero Time Dilemma completely changes the meaning of the game.
Like I said,
my old friend.
the Greek alphabet very common around college campuses because of fraternities and sororities and stuff
It'll all
like
be
that.
out.
Yeah,
Um,
Sindens is what I like to call
Yoga
it.
parties.
So, do you guys know?
Oh, gosh.
Do you guys know how old some of the universities are in the United States?
Oh,
I know how
Like when they were opened?
Yeah.
Okay,
I
so
know Oxford.
I'm
is-
I'm going to list 4. I think they're all Ivy League schools, and I want you to tell me. I want you to tell me which order they were opened. So I have
Spokane Falls Community College has been around since
1795.
Columbia University, which is in New York, I think. Yale University, which is in Connecticut. Princeton University, which I don't know where that is, and Dartmouth College, which I also don't know where that is.
Princeton's in New Jersey.
New Jersey, and then is Dartmouth like Pennsylvania or something? I don't know.
I don't know.
Anyway,
Dude, stop. Put your toe away.
Columbia,
Landon's exposing himself.
Columbia, Yale, Princeton, and Dartmouth. What order? Which
Harvard
is
is first.
What's from newest to oldest or oldest to newest?
oldest to newest?
Oldest to newest. Okay, so first opened.
I'm saying
What are you
Princeton.
You're saying Princeton?
Oh, yeah.
It's on the.
I remember.
is it
I
furthest
remember this
east?
question. I remember this question.
Well, princes were around in like the Middle Ages, so it's got to be that one first.
Okay, Princeton is the first one. What are the other 3 options, Dave?
Dartmouth,
Columbia.
Dartmouth,
Columbia.
And Yale.
I'm my confidence.
Princeton, Yale.
Well, Yale's
Columbia,
got to be
Dartmouth.
oldest.
Which one?
Yale.
Dude,
Princeton, Yale, or Yale, Princeton, Columbia, Dartmouth.
you think Dartmouth's that new?
Dartmouth, Yale, Princeton, Columbia.
No, Yale's the oldest.
Yale, Dartmouth, Princeton, Columbia.
Dude, I have no idea. I have
Let's
No,
do that
Lana
one.
was just messing with you, Will.
Yale, Dartmouth, Princeton, Columbia.
Yep.
Final answer.
One of the orders you said was correct, but then you changed it a couple times. It is. It's Yale University, which opened
Let's
in
go.
1701. Then
Dude.
Princeton University, which
Yep,
opened in
got that one.
1746. It's like 45 years later.
I changed the order because Landon said
Yeah,
something.
yeah. Because next is Columbia University, which was 1754, and dead last is Dartmouth. Man, it opened
That's what
that
I
late.
said. I literally said Yale, Princeton, Columbia, Dartmouth, and Landon's like, oh,
When was Dartmouth?
Dartmouth was 1769, so that was 68 years after Yale.
How are these around before the United States?
because they're a British university.
Bonus
understand.
question: what is the oldest U.S. university?
Harvard.
When was it opened?
And community college.
I'm gonna say
It beat the Falls by just 3 years.
I'm going to say Oxford.
No, you said Harvard. What? How? When was Harvard opened? You know,
WSU, let's go Cougs.
1697.
it was 1636. So it's pretty old. Okay, two more questions. This one I had to remake.
Old school.
This one I had to remake because schools very famous for their football teams
not as
and
old as
performance. No, that is true. But we're not talking about college sports. We're going to talk about the NFL.
Oh,
We're going to talk specifically about Super Bowl appearances.
Here.
And
Oh,
from
dude.
the last time I made this quiz, I had to remake multiple things on here because there have been a lot of changes in Super Bowl appearances from, I guess, teams that I wanted to talk about. So, in order, Super Bowl appearances, I want Minnesota Vikings, Kansas City Chiefs, New York Jets, and Atlanta Falcons.
the Jets are last. They've only been to one.
So, okay, hold on. Is it number of appearances or first to appear in a timeline?
Number of appearances.
Okay.
Jets are last. Falcons, then Vikings, then Chiefs, I believe.
Falcons have been to 2.
the
They
Jets
lost
have been
to
to
the
1.
Broncos and they lost to the Patriots.
Yep. So Jets have been to 1. Falcons have been to 2. The Vikings have been to, I think, 3 or 4, and the Chiefs have been to 1, 2. Chiefs have been to at least 5.
No, I don't think so.
The Chiefs lost the very first Super Bowl, and then they won Super Bowl 3, and then they've been to 3 with Mahomes, so they've been to at
Oh, that
least
is true.
5. The Vikings have lost, I think, 3 Super Bowls. The Vikings maybe have been to 6, but
Yes.
I don't think so. I don't think they've been to that many. So I think it's Jets, Falcons, Vikings, Chiefs. That would be my guess.
Landon
think
is
that sounds
absolutely correct.
I had that fast too.
Yeah, you did. Vikings have been to 4.
I was
though.
also going to
Vikings
say
have been to
that.
4.
okay.
They lost
all of them.
all 4.
all 4.
But when I made this quiz, it was Jets, Chiefs, Rams, Vikings. The Chiefs had only been to 2 when I made the quiz, and the Rams had only been to 3. Since I made that, they both are now 5 appearances. To
Because
the
the Rams
Super Bowl.
lost with Goff, but won with Stafford.
And then there are 4 teams with a perfect win percentage at the Super Bowl. Do you know those teams?
Let me think about it.
Shoot.
4 teams with
I want
perfect
only
win.
answers from Michael on this question.
There's 4
I'm
with
just kidding.
perfect.
What was the question?
Well, no, the Jets are perfect. The Jets are 1-0, so that's 1. I got to think about this. This is really important to me.
Is this the sport they play in the water?
I want to say no. The Niners aren't perfect 'cause they've lost 1, at least 1.
Are the Cowboys perfect?
What was the question?
The Cowboys might be perfect
Perfect win percentage Super Bowl.
In the Super Bowl.
because they've won 3 Super Bowls, but I think they've only been to 3.
The Cowboys?
The
The Cowboys.
They're
They've
more
won
than
5
that.
Super Bowls.
Oh, they won 5 Super Bowls, but I think they've only
I can't
been to
remember.
5.
I can't remember if they've lost any. I don't
I don't
remember
think
any.
so.
So the Jets are one of them. The Packers have lost the Super Bowl, so they're out.
The Saints.
Have the Giants lost the Super Bowl? Maybe they have. They might have lost one with Phil Simms. Maybe they won one with Phil Simms.
I'm pretty sure they lost one with Phil Simms.
So Jets.
I'll give you a hint.
The Buccaneers are undefeated. The
I
Buccaneers
was
are
going to
2-0.
say, okay, I was going
Yeah.
to say, my hint was
That's two.
that when I last made this quiz, one of the teams that had a perfect win percentage won another Super Bowl and maintained their perfect win percentage, which was the Buccaneers.
So the Buccaneers.
Buccaneers,
I also
Jets.
believe. I also am going to go ahead and believe. I believe the Ravens are perfect at 2-0.
The Ravens are 2-0.
Baltimore Ravens. Yep. So that's 3. So that's 3. What's the 4th one?
Cowboys or Giants?
Let me think. Will. Let me think.
Okay, sorry.
Well, it's really important to me. I didn't care about any other questions.
Wow.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. This is actually one that I might know though. So we're 3 out of 4. I'm trying to think if there's any team the Steelers have lost. They've lost one, right? Yep, because they lost to the Packers. So that's another big one out.
Mm-hmm.
The Patriots have lost. The Eagles have lost a bunch. The Bills have lost all of theirs.
The Broncos have lost.
The Broncos have lost. Falcons have lost both theirs. Man, it might be the Cowboys. It might be the Cowboys. It might be the Giants. What other teams have won recently that maybe were just like had only one?
Did the Rams lose this? Super
Yes, they
Bowl?
lost one with Kurt Warner to the Patriots.
And they were lost one with Goff.
It might be the Cowboys. I'm not positive though. I just can't remember which one they would have lost. I'm trying to think of like an AFC.
It's not the Seahawks.
Nope.
It's not. I'm going through all the divisions. It's not the Seahawks. It's not the Rams. It's not the Niners. It's not the Cardinals.
Not the Texans. Not the Titans.
Not the Colts.
Not the Colts.
They lost to Peyton Manning, and not Jacksonville Jaguars. Has never been.
Nope. So is it a trick?
So if we go NFC Giants, it might be the Giants. Might be the Cowboys.
They might be
not
Giants.
Eagles.
The Redskins have lost. Or the Commanders.
Or the Commanders.
They've lost.
Canceled.
Yes,
I believe
no,
they've lost the
maybe.
Super Bowl. You think they've lost one? Maybe they have.
I don't know.
Have
The Commanders.
yeah? Are they a perfect 2-0 in the Super Bowl?
It's not Washington.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they lost one.
Yeah.
I
I don't know about this one. You can take a guess.
Not Packers. Not Lions. Lions have never been. Not Bear. Oh,
No, the Bears lost against
Bears
Peyton
lost
Manning.
against Peyton Manning. That's right. But they're 1-1, I think.
I don't know.
I know they won in the
85
80s.
Bears or whatever.
Yeah, 85 Bears.
Dolphins. What about the Dolphins?
No, Dolphins. Dolphins lost. I know they lost a bunch of playoff games with Dan Marino.
Yeah.
But
No, they lost
Did
the Super Bowl.
They lost
They
the Super Bowl
lost
with
the
Dan
Super Bowl with Dan
Marino.
Marino.
Not Patriots. Not Bills. They lost all of them. Jets. We already got one of them.
Chargers have only been to one, I think, and lost. Bengals have lost. Steelers have lost one. The Ravens already won. I think it's
Browns.
literally the Browns have never been.
Yeah. So it's between the Cowboys and the Giants. Is that correct, Dave?
Well, no, because there's like a whole division you guys have left out.
Wait, what?
Which division did we miss?
NFC.
NFC South, the Saints. Oh,
It's the
the Saints.
It's the Saints.
It's the Saints.
I said the Saints. I mentioned the Saints.
Oh, I'm sorry, my bad.
That's okay.
It's the Saints.
You're like, we'd mentioned the Falcons though. We mentioned the Falcons.
Yeah, we mentioned the Falcons. We mentioned the Saints. We
I
mentioned.
guess we forgot about the Panthers. I think the
Panthers lost to the Patriots.
Yeah, and the Broncos. I think
Yeah.
the Panthers are 0-2. I think.
And then.
All right, last question.
All right, that's
NFL
the
teams.
Bucks, yeah, the Bucks.
NFL teams are in big cities that have big buildings or monuments or structures. So there are 4 big structures. I want you guys to put them in order of height. There is the Space Needle, which is in Seattle. There's
number 1.
There's the St. Louis Arch, which is in St. Louis.
Okay. Oh,
The Washington Monument, which is in Washington, D.C. And the Statue of Liberty, which is in New York City.
Oh
They're
God.
all so short.
I can't even. I have no idea.
Can I call my buddy that built 2 or 3 of them?
Nope.
What do you mean 2 of 3 of them?
2 or 4.
the other one combined into another one.
So which one?
St. Louis Arch has to be the lowest.
Arch.
Oopsies. St. Louis Arch has to be the lowest, right?
I don't know.
Why does it have to be?
I don't know. I'm thinking of an arch. An arch is lower than the Space Needle, lower than probably the Statue of Liberty. And what's the
What about
last
the
one?
Washington Monument?
I don't know what the Washington Monument is.
What?
Dude, get out of here.
If I saw a picture of it, I'd recognize it, but I can't bring it up by
It's
memory.
the place where the statue where Abraham Lincoln is sitting around.
No.
Oh, okay.
Stop.
Stop.
The Washington Monument is the big obelisk. Will?
What's
the
an
one-
obelisk?
Dude, I'm not even
Oh.
joking.
It's the one that Spider-Man climbs up on in Spider-Man Homecoming.
I can't remember
Do you
that
really?
Spider-Man is a Marvel character that shoots webs out of his wrists. His uncle died.
The wrists are the things that are attached to the ends of your arms that connect your hands.
Flip, flip.
I guess I would probably say the arch is the lowest, but I think it's also really tall. So
I think it's really tall, yeah.
you know what? I'm going to say Washington Monument's lowest. Then I'm going to say the arch.
Then the Space Needle and the Statue of Liberty.
Yeah, then the Statue of Liberty.
The Statue of Liberty is that big.
Actually, you're right. I'm going to flip flop with Will's input.
Okay.
I'm going to flip. No, but actually, no, it is. Oh, it's pretty tall.
Which part of are you talking about the whole thing? Like
Whole statue.
From foot to torch.
Well, it's standing on a
including
giant
the base.
block.
From pillar to
Including
from pillar to
Including the
torch.
base.
Okay.
So, does it include the sea depth but beneath it?
No.
When does the statue end and begin?
I'm going to stick to my original one. I'm going to say the Statue of Liberty is the tallest of them all. I'm probably wrong. I'm probably completely wrong.
Is
Actually,
Landon
no.
wrong? Is Landon wrong?
I don't think the Statue of Liberty is the tallest.
I don't think it is
I'm going to
either.
flip flop with the Space Needle. Actually, I'm flip flopping.
Okay, so what is your guys' full order?
I think the tallest.
No.
we have to go
Start with the you guys.
least to high. We have to go from bottom to top.
Shortest
Shortest
highest.
to highest.
Shortest.
Monument, arch. Monument,
Noah's Arch.
Monument, arch, needle.
I don't know. I'm going
Statue?
to let Mick. You know what? I'm not even answering.
Monument, arch,
We carried the football one. Let Mick carry this one. Let Mick.
needle, statue.
All right, Mick, what's your
let's
final
do it.
answer?
That's it.
That's the final answer.
All right, shortest at 305 feet is the Statue of Liberty.
You're so gosh dang it, Landon.
I said I wasn't going to offer any input. I said I backed out. I said I backed out. It's not on me.
I'm going with the Statue of Liberty is the tallest.
I said I backed out. It's not on me.
If this is reverse order, I'm going to be so
Next
mad.
one is at 555 feet, so way bigger. Washington Monument.
Okay.
Next is the Space Needle at 605 feet, which means the tallest is the St. Louis Arch at 630 feet tall. So you
At
can take
least
two
I didn't-
Statues of Liberty, Will, stack
You're
them on top of
200
each other. Will, you can take two Statues of Liberty, stack them on top of each other, and they still will not reach the top of the arch.
But does that count?
That also,
Does that count the ocean depth? Though?
yeah.
I'm just gonna say you were acting like I'm a dummy, but like you're.
He was like, "Oh, clearly the arch is the smallest." Oh, clearly.
You're just as dumb as me. You're just as dumb. At least I know what the Washington Monument looks like.
What
I know what this is. Like,
Hey.
and the difference between
Will's
an
like,
arch
that's
and an
my
arch.
that's my class. in
Listen,
first
I'm
grade.
educating myself recently, all right?
Okay.
Have you?
Yes.
Bonus question. This is
Where's
like
the Space Needle?
Where is it? Answer the question, Will.
Oxford.
where?
Vegas.
Hey, Will, where is the St. Louis Arch?
St. Michael's University.
Okay. Bonus question. If you know this, you know this. If you don't, no big deal. What is the tallest structure in the United States, and where is it?
Man-made?
Yes, man-made structure.
Mount Everest.
He's so stupid.
I know you've heard of this before. At least some of you.
It's the Chrysler Building.
What is
Actually,
it,
we've
the
done this quiz before, so all
Mirage?
three of you
I
have
know,
heard this.
The Tom Mirage or whatever it is.
Taj Mahal. Is that what you're trying to say?
Dude, the Taj Mahal, it's like a palace, dude. Like,
And that's not in the United States. We're talking about the
yeah,
tallest
dude,
structure in the
like,
United
oh, man,
States.
like-
The Tom Mirage.
Tom Mirage.
It's an arc.
I don't know. I don't know where the biggest is. It's in New York, right? Is it in New York?
I don't think it is.
This is not a building.
It's like a radio tower, isn't it?
It is a radio tower of some. Actually, it's a television tower.
Television tower. Are you asking how long it or how tall it is, or
In Fallout 3,
I guess
there's
just
a
where
radio
it
tower you have
is,
to
and
get
then
to.
if you want to guess the height too, then that's cool.
gosh,
Dave, did you hear me? In Fallout 3, there's a tall radio tower you have to get to. Is that it?
It isn't. No.
I don't remember where it is.
Somewhere like the middle. Is it in the middle of the U.S.?
Yes.
Does it have a name? Is that what you're looking for? You're looking for the name?
No. You can just tell me the state.
Just where it is.
I'm gonna say it's in Utah, which is not really in the middle, but like west.
I'm gonna say it's in Colorado.
Will's like Ohio.
West Virginia.
Dude, that's on the
All right.
East Coast. Dude.
Anyone want to guess how tall it is?
Middle Virginia.
300 feet.
I'm gonna guess it's 2,000 feet tall.
Wasn't the Statue of Liberty 3,000 feet tall?
No, 300.
Oh.
Like- actually, it's gotta be better. It's gotta be taller than 2,000.
Oh my
I'm gonna
We
say
sound like the biggest bunch of morons.
I killed them the answer to the question.
Okay. Hello, silence, my old friend, or whatever it was.
I'm gonna say it's
You said Tom Mahal or whatever. Tom Holland.
Tom Mirage.
Tom Holland Drive. Like,
Tom Holland.
You didn't know what an obelisk was. It's
Wait,
way more common to mess up.
He didn't know what a
song
wait.
lyrics.
He didn't know what a novelist was.
an obelisk.
Obelisk.
Oh, obelisk.
I know what a novelist is.
What is it, Will?
How tall
Tell us.
is the tallest novelist?
It's gonna be 9,873 feet tall.
I
all
think
right.
it's
Yes.
Gosh, I don't know.
All right, just tell us, man. Where's it at?
It is the
How tall is it?
KVLT television tower. It is 2,063 feet tall.
Oh,
so
I was so close.
you were actually really close.
And then I was like, "Nah, that's stupid. That's not enough."
And it is in North Dakota.
Basically, Utah.
Oh, yeah. Basically Utah.
North Dakota.
All right. Well, that's the order of things.
Yeah, I should start with 2,000.
Dun-dun-dun.
I thought that was like comically short for some reason. Like,
Wait, the 2,000 feet?
yeah, I was like,
The tallest building in the world, I think, is 2,700 feet tall, right?
oh, so
2,000 feet's a lot of feet. That's
Yeah.
like,
And Will knows about feet.
yeah.
Will just waved at me with.
Well,
his foot.
thank you for listening, everybody.
Hey, I killed it on that football question though. Just guys remember that.
Can you ask me a question about like Smash Brothers frame data? I'm sure I can actually
No,
get a
I'm
couple
good.
answers right.
Yeah, I think we'll be done instead. So, thanks for listening, everybody, and we'll be back.
Next week.
I guess next week.
Yeah.
Maybe
We'll be
with
off
Colby,
crutches.
maybe not.
I don't know if he's out of town or not. I can't remember.
Who cares?
Ta-ta.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
Thank you for listening to this week's episode of the Hotkeys podcast. You can find us on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, Castbox, YouTube, and other podcasting platforms. Visit our website, www.hotkeyspodcast.com. Follow us on Twitter at Hotkeys Podcast and join our Facebook group at facebook.com/HKHotkeys. Please like and review us and subscribe to the show on whichever platforms you use. Finally, you can contact us via email at hosts@hotkeyspodcast.com.